allow me to share the screen. Actually, saying was disable participant screen sharing. सर डिसेबल होते पार्टिसिपेंट स्क्रीन ना शेअर नाही करू शकत आहे. मिनिट.
झाले सगळे सर? ओके.
Okay, sir.
Recording in
shall I start?
progress.
Sir,
Okay.
actually, let me introduce myself. So I would like to thankful for the Podas and their staff for getting onboarding first, actually giving such a uh, guidance to the students, and I hopefully do such a in upcoming days as well. So am I audible, students? If you get such a hello. Okay, sure.
Very good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
I'm Jyoti Karnik on behalf of good morning. I'm Jyoti Karnik on behalf of Computer Science Department, Devchand College, Arjun Nagar. I welcome you all for today's webinar on pathway to software testing as a QA and today's requirement of skills and technology. Okay. In support of our patriots, President of Janta Shikshan Mandal Arjun Nagar, Honorable Ashish Bhai Shah, and Vice President of Janta Shikshan Mandal, Honorable Dr. Trupti Bhabhi Shah, as well as our in-charge principal, Dr. P.P. Shah sir. We welcome our today's resource person, Mr. Ruturaj Sharbidre, alumni of our college, working as a junior QA at MediaWare Mumbai as a software testing mentor. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the introduction.
Welcome, Ruturaj sir. Every technical professional knows the importance of sharing, staying on top of the technology trends. We not only need to focus on current technology, we need to stay ahead, keep watching on incoming technologies. So, for knowledge of students, for getting requirements of technology in now industry working, we are organizing this session. I once again welcome all of you for this session. At the end of session, there will be question answering session, which will be addressed by our resource person, Mr. Ruturaj. I hope you will all gain knowledge from this session, and this session will be very interesting. Welcome you all. Over to our HOD of department, Mr. Swapnil Poddar sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am, for the great introduction. It will be pleased to me. Yeah, so guys, before starting me, just let me turn off my camera because that may intermediate into the network. Okay, so I'm not sure about the sir told me that you are second year guys and TY guys, right? So if you have any questions, you can intermediate in between the session. You can ask any questions if you have. The last time I will be giving contact requirements for follow up if you have any in the future if you need something that you want. Okay. So actually, let me introduce in second screen. Bit about me that I am a software tester in Mediaware. I do mostly software testing in manual and automation. So I will be telling about how do I do that, how do I get that, all other steps, and what happened in IT technology. Guys, one more thing that before let me start. So if my voice is audible is breaking, let me know please because the their the network is very down. Yeah. So yeah, that's about me. And I had done some internship, and after that internship on Athena's World, I get into onboarded on a professional job as QA doing. Yeah, that's all about it. And apart from that, I'm freelancing in Bug Bounty Hunter. So I'll be telling about that as well. So you might have heard that Bug Bounty Hunter. I hope so. Uh, so second, this is the agenda I have done with a bit about me, and the second one is how able to get a job in QA. The third one, what you should know before getting IT, opportunity for you in IT, and references of site, how to prepare for finding jobs and internships. This is the structure of my talk. Let's go on the second. So how I prepare for a job via skills I've learned online. So I'll be going through how I got a job. The firstly, I was a student at 2016 to 2019 at Devchan College. I done my BSc graduation. So I hope for some jobs likely searching on internet on Google. The Google Baba is like my mentor. So I call it Google Baba. Actually, it's a great name. So there is the one app which allows to do some internship. So as most of the students who are the in TY, I will recommend them to go for not directly to the job because the directly job will be likely hectic for you. So first do some likely 6 months of internship in any of the organization prepared likely just apply for it because the internship likely give you the very short time with the great skills to learn with a short time because internship is likely above you have their seniors those who will be helping you out how to do such a kind of steps task. Yeah, right. So I will prepare directly before going to the job or joining any industry. You should have a prepared knowledge of internship, and in internship you will get a lot of skills learn. All of the steps will happen because there is no actually likely overburden on you while doing some task because IT is very hectic and as well as is wide one for all the technology you have to learn. So there need to be one specific you have to get one technology. And yeah, so I prepared for a job via Udemy. There was udemy.com. You might have heard that, which is an online course platform. So I learned a lot of skills like software testing, how do I do manual testing, automation, using some codes. Actually, sir told you about I'm great in code, but it's not that much. Actually, uh, not that much. I'm just into it, but I'm just mostly about automation and manual testing. I will tell you later the part about that. So first of all, I joined internship for 9 months, and thereafter I did a great job in that. And thereafter I just hope for the hop into the middleware where they get me interview, and I just got a job for full time working. So internship, I learned their GCP, AWS cloud platforms, all the stuffs I learned in internship only because that's the one I think I guess is first mark to do. So after your TY you done, just apply for an internship. I will be giving you the links on the later part, on the later slides. So apply for the 6 month, 3 months, yeah, whatever you are prepared to. So do internship and uh, do internship and try to try to get skills on that particular part. So what are the technology needed to know in today's world? So actually there are a lot of technology likely. Actually, I'm not sure about how many of you are going to software testing or like AWS or cloud management. So I'll be going through only the software testing for now, and I will going to give you the idea about how cloud technology works right now at the moment. So technology needed to know about, firstly of all, you have to learn some basic coding like C, C++, and thereafter SQL databases. Now all the stuff. So if after you get to know the idea about how the software does work likes and how the websites, all the traffics and all other stuff, you have to know about that. And then after you have to prepare for which technology you are prepare, preparable for you. Actually, means to be likely. Uh, which technology you are likely adaptive. Likely, if you know the Java, if you can code better in Java, you go through the Java only. If you know HTML, CSS, if you know web technology development, so you can go as well for that. So that you have to know about yourselves for it. Things you must know before getting an IT. First, when I was in Devchan College, I just used to do the Windows tool as CLI, opening the CLI, doing MySQL databases. That's the stuffs I learned there, and it was likely very basic. So when I just got into internship, I got to know a lot of things in Windows tools. How does CLI does work? How database query does work? Like any prepared coding language. Uh, was likely I choose Python for most of the coding language. Python is very easy to understand. Its syntax and context is also very easy to grasp than the Java. Java is a little bit, it's up to you which language you have to choose. But I chose my Python, and yeah, I do with the Python with the Selenium. I will be talking about the what is Selenium later part. So Windows tools here, like you might have heard it, you must have to know about the CLI. How does it work, like Windows tools, and CLI part is great because in industry you can't do the manual work. You have to work like in a coding structure. You have to know the tree, all the structure, OSI model, all others, Windows tools, CLI. So now if you are in TY, you should know, you should must go through this thing. So you must know about all these 5 parts if you are in TY. So MySQL database understanding is also the great part. If you into going into the software testing as a QA, you must know the database understanding. How does query does work like? Uh, so how MySQL as well works in backend. So there are it's not this MySQL database. If you just go into GCP AWS, there are a lot of parts like a big data query. If you just go into the AWS and if you just type AWS cloud onto the Google, you will get to know about a lot of database have been implemented by AWS and Google. So those are for the optimization anyway. Any prepared language, likely if you know Python, you are compatible with the learning Python, you can choose that. If you are compatible with the Java, you just have to go with the Java languages. So it's up to you what languages you like to learn. Node.js, React.js. Those Node.js, React.js are mostly industrial adaptive. Now it is likely on air. Those are languages very in demand. So if you learn Node.js, React.js, before that you have to learn about JavaScript. JavaScript, if you learn, you will get to know the React and Node.js, by which you can make application. No, so those are language also very must know before getting into the web development as well. So those are the basic one. You have to learn those basic, and thereafter you can jump into the internship. The Linux system you must practice. Actually, we didn't know about much when I was in BSc. We little much got idea about the Ubuntu system. That's we learned. But thereafter in internship, I learned a lot of Ubuntu kernels. How much have you know the Ubuntu and kernels? Have you ever installed in your machine? Let me interact with you because I'm just talking with my slides. It won't make sense, no? Guys, speak it to me. I'm like your friends. You don't hesitate to. ask question, but hesitate to interact. Anyone have installed Ubuntu Kali Linux? Okay, no issue. So Linux system is basically, if you have seen that Windows system, that is you do manual stuff like the opening folder, creating files, other stuffs you do and the manual, because it is Windows, they're giving you pre stuffs likely graphical representation. Okay, so before that, behind the scene is what happened is there is a Linux system. So Linux it does is that it is the coding. It actually query command into the CLI and it will display whatever you want. So actually you should must learn Ubuntu and Kali Linux. The Linux part must be learned in before getting into IT, likely software testing, because software testing is needed a Linux. You must know that. Opportunity for you in IT for a software testing, there are a lot of testing. There are a lot of requirements. I have seen the multiple companies are required at least 2 to 3 software testers. So as a QA, that quality analyst, what they do, I will getting on that on the next slides. So actually opportunity for you and IT technology for the software testing, because there is a client side software which have to be delivered within time frame, which is a bug free. So you have to finding some bugs and you have to find the software free bug. So that's the requirement for today's technology. And you know that there are a lot of websites have been creating over a second. It's been like a 1,000 website have been developed within a just a day. So their requirement as well, it has to be tested fully fledged without any bugs and over to the client, right? So there are a lot of opportunity in software testing QA, and you can get into that as well. So sites for the internships, you can take a screenshot of it for you for your references. Internshala.com. These are the sites which I have already used, and I got also a reference for that, because those are not fraud and scams. There are a lot of scams happening on the sites for the hiring and all of the stuff. So, but you have to choose these only sites which are the very uh, convenient for use, and those are the valid ones giving data. All of the stuffs happen all on the sites. So firstly, Internshala, you might have heard that. I guess anyone have gone through it, internshala.com. So Internshala is a great platform for learning as well and getting internship as well. If you just go into that, they provide internships for likely 6 months, 4 months, 3 months. It's up to you, and they provide a very static, knowledge of learning the basic parts for you. So there is static work, and that even those are the paid internship. Like they will be paying you for working and as well for learning. So you can get into the internship. You have to just create your resume. You just have to apply and just apply for the internship. Internshala.com. Please note that if this internshala.com. Thereafter, Inspire. Inspire is a very valid website I have used since a very long time, and they provide very short-term jobs. Likely, they provide for jobs for freshers only. So if you are in TY and you are passing out after TY, so how will you find the jobs? If you go through the LinkedIn or anywhere else on the any websites, they will ask you about the experience. They will asking about the 1 year, 2 year experience, and then only they will get you. But the Inspire only the company, the website where the companies from the Bangalore or the side, those post the jobs for the only freshers. So they will be likely teaching you, learning the basics parts out there, and it is very preferable. You will get direct jobs for after the interview. Just have to update your resume Inspire. Just please note this as well. Pressure cooker is also the one site which is from India, and those sites actually these sites mostly post about the jobs, internship, and courses. The free courses, you will be able to find the free courses on pressure cooker.in, which is on Udemy. You can learn coding, all the stuffs for a free without paying any penny. So you can go through it as well. They provide as well in TCS. and most of the prominent companies likely in Pune. Check India. Anyone have heard of CheckIndia.com? What does it is? Check India is from the United States actually, and it is has compared to the in India their subsidy site. If you have know that Check India is that if you have knowledge and you have to provide something to other students, so you can do that and you can earn some money as well. So they provide a short-term internship as well. CheckIndia.com. You can search on that as well. You will get a lot of knowledge on that. Sites, these are the all above sites are only for internship. Those are for short-term internships. You can get to know about that when you just visit these sites. Okay, the last one is sites for job search. So after getting into internship, likely 6 months or after 3 months, what you have to do, you have to search for the jobs. You have to apply for the jobs. One more thing I have to add it here rightly. If you are in internship, if you do good a job, likely the company applies you have applied for organization like your works, they can able to prompt you to promotion for the lifetime job in that company only. So do hard work, likely do learn and do stuffs like what the requirement is and what the skills for the company adaptable, right? So sites for the job search is angel.co. The first site I have marked is because this is very valid and uh, I got job from the angel.co only. So actually angel.co is a great sites for those who have experience for 1 to 2 years. Okay, so it requires experience. Those experience have those can apply for angel.co. For your reference, please, for future reference, you just note down this, create your account on angel.co. Or after internship as well, you can apply on angel.co. There is no issue. You can ask them that you have done internship, you have the skills that you know. Just write it down, travel on into your resume. Just put it on angel.co, and they will be likely getting the interview. And angel.co I have searched a lot of times and use. It's very great platform. So the second one is glassdoor.co.in. So Glassdoor is a very great site for job search, and they provide are the valid, not the scams one. If you have heard of Shine.com, Monster.com, those provide very likely, open job portal. So anyone can create a job portal and make a scam on that. Later, because I know that because I'm the part of that. I've gone through a scam, was scam. Anyway, that's not the part of this. So glassdoor.co.in actually great sites. You can learn a lot of things and apply for the jobs on glassdoor.co.in. And the third one, linkedin.com. You should create your LinkedIn profile for professionalism in QA. If you are searching for a software testing and IT, you should have a LinkedIn profile. So there as well, you can find a job. If you have a suitable profile you have created, you have entered all the certificates you have, company directly will reach out to you via LinkedIn, because this is a big search engine for IT sector. And many people will travel. Those are the very high brands to search for the job, and they directly contact with you. You don't have to apply for directly. LinkedIn as well. So HackerEarth is as well one website which is a great platform for learning coding. So if you just go through a hacker, it will prompt you to participate in hackathons. So I heard that hackathons is likely you have to learn, you have to code for basic projects, and if you finalize their code, you will be get a chance into the job directly, or you will getting some amount of money for hacker for finding some bugs or finding some coding for application development. Thereafter, TechGeek. So TechGeek is a very great platform for job search as well, for coding as well. So there are a lot of participants that TechGeek are doing a lot of research, and you have to just what have to do is likely UPSC exam. If you have given a UPSC exam like NBA, you might have heard that same pattern like examination in TechGeek is. You have some questionnaires you have to answer for that, and if you just pass into that, they will be interviewing directly to you. Yeah, and these are the first internship and side job search. You can just note on a screenshot of it. And there is a next part is particular what is software testing working as a QA. So software testing means likely you have a software developer and those one who have created a complete software which is sometimes is a buggy, so it must have to be bugs into it. So how will it be delivered to the client with a bug free? Likely it should be work as like a functionality, right? Code is a part of the software, but it is not that much efficient as it likely should work. Some functionality may missing, some functionality may not work, so there may be error. So that I have to test, which is called a software testing. So is a QA is a quality analyst or quality assurance the same? Both are the part of the processing. So yeah, and what is a QA means? Does it sounds professional in IT? Yeah, yes. Of course, the QA sounds a professional in IT. If you just go into the LinkedIn profile, you will find lots of people, the millions of people doing QA, the quality analysis into the each company. And there are likely 2 to 3 peoples are working in as a QA in each company for SDLC, likely software development life cycles to be validated. That cycles have to be continued for each iteration of CI/CD, right? For quality analysis from the end of the end user, likely UAT, user acceptance testings. Likely you are, suppose I have created Instagram and I send, I have created Instagram, I send it to you and you will be using it. So you are the person, you are the client. So you have to know, you have to get all the stuffs you want, right? Before getting into it, so we will be managing all the Instagrams, what it does and actually what the errors. Right? So actually it's a professional. So after the software testing to DevOps, so DevOps, what anyone have heard the DevOps? So what does it do? Actually, DevOps a lot of the actual requirement, and if you are into the getting into software testing or into the QA, you can prompt to the DevOps. Actually, DevOps has a lot of salary packages. If you just software testing is 2 to 3 of the DevOps you will be getting, because the DevOps is including a lot of technologies. So I'll be getting into the Docker, CI/CD, and GCP, AWS, Jenkins, Sonaki. What does it do? So software testing to DevOps. If you learn software testing, how does it work, manual and automation, you can go into the DevOps. Like you prompt with the DevOps by certification by getting from the Google or AWS certification in fundamental. So Docker means likely in DevOps. I'm telling about a DevOps part. So what does DevOps includes? So these are the members who those DevOps includes. So DevOps is a part where Docker, CI/CD, GCP, AWS, Jenkins, Sonatype comes in part. Docker means is likely Linux. So I already told you that Linux should must you must practice it. Without practice, you won't get it. You have to practice over day. Otherwise, you just forget those commands. So Linux is must before getting into Docker. So Docker is the same like Ubuntu. You have to just deploy a machine onto Docker and you have to create application on Docker side. So if you are into DevOps, you must know this Docker. CI/CD is means likely in the software testing the same part. CI/CD means like continuous integration, continuous deployment. So what I will give one example about the what exactly CI/CD. So suppose if I create a one software like Devchan website, devchancollege.org. Okay. So I have created and I had just put a photo of Devchan College, which is now and up to 2022 photo of the Devchan College and with the students. Okay, with the code. If I deploy that application and you will be able to see. But after few months, I have to change the code and I have to change the design of this website. So I'll be changing it without changing the previous code. So the previous version also V1 and V2 version will be created and that 2 will version will be deployed using Jenkins. There are a lot of technology, not just the Jenkins, using the CI/CD pipelines. If you are into Azure, actually I'm sorry to mention here Azure as well. Azure is from the you know that the GCP there are the cloud. Yeah. Okay, shall I start, sir? Okay, sir. Yeah, yeah. So CI/CD means likely they are creating some versions. So it is very easy part CI/CD. And you must know that there are three clouds on the network which are on hybrid and which are
या
on
आता परत राहायला राहायला या आणि परत
ma'am.
आलं का लगेच तरी चालतं
Excuse me, madam.
लगेच आला
Please
तरी
mute here.
चालतं
Wait, 1 minute, sir. Sir, तुमच्याकडून म्यूट करा. उधर सर.
So if you have know about the clouds, there are the three particular clouds which are on air, which is AWS, the first one, second one is Azure from the Microsoft, and third one is
Recording in progress.
yeah, sorry for disconnecting. Sir, can you please let me able to screen share? I'm unable to do that. Yeah. So I was into the GCP AWS. So Azure, actually guys, if you are in TY, get the certification of GCP, AWS or Azure. Those are cost for only likely 10, I guess $100. It's mainly likely 7,000 rupees. I guess so. Yeah, 7,000 rupees to 10,000 rupees as a certification comes in. So which is valid for 2 to 3 year. If you go get those certificate, if you learn GCP, AWS Cloud for fundamentals, you are likely very getting into the job if you just show the certificates because you know GCP, AWS, Azure, right? GCP, AWS, and Azure. Azure is from the Microsoft, and Jenkins is the part of the DevOps, which is comes for the CI/CD deployments. So Jenkins means it is likely local environment which allow to deploy application in version time. Suppose if I create an Instagram right at the moment, and I have updated something into the code. Okay, the previous version of the Instagram should also I have to needed to test, and also the new version also the both version and up to the coming version will be saved into Jenkins. So if I wanted to test the Instagram first version as well, so I can test that as well. So I can deploy the multiple versions. So that also the versions can be created into Jenkins. So I have gone through all of those technology. So if you have any question, if you need free services from the Docker, how to use, how to install, how to do, let me know that I will be searching. I will be sharing the resources how to do just such as steps or Docker CI/CD, GCP, AWS, Jenkins. Okay. The SonarQube part is comes into DevOps. So when you have to test code quality analysis. So every time what does it does is like developers do code, they create a code like Java and Python, any node or reactor. So the code quality means suppose if the developers create a 1,000 lines of code, is the code majority does it cover the functionality of the codes within a time frame that have to test? If you have to test that, you have to create a SonarQube on a local base to test actually the code base. So what does SonarQube does? Likely, if you have seen this website, okay. So there are the parts which are the background running, but we are not sure if that code is running or not. That we wanted to test if the code is running or not at the particular moment. That you have to test. You have to use a SonarQube. So actually, this is a requirement in the DevOps as well. If you see in Amazon web application, if you try to purchase something, so there are a lot of things going into the background at that coding level. So they use the SonarQube for finding which code is running or which code is not running. So they can fix that as soon as possible, just for fixing that code, right? So thereafter, this is the DevOps. DevOps project is a very great and it is very wide one, which includes a lot of technology inside it. If you go through it, the salary package also is very on high. You can ask any price and they will be going to give you, because it is the part which every website has. Every website has DevOps. So you don't have to be likely worry about if you don't get a job in the one company, you can be able to prompt into another company as well, because DevOps is a great part. The last one is automation and manual testing. So I will going first the manual testing. What does it does? So manual testing means likely, suppose if I go through this website, does this work like, does this, if I click, does it work? If it's not, I have just have to report it to the, developer, the senior developer, those are the developers to create a website. I have to just report what exactly the functionality, does it work? I have to create this into the Excel sheet, and you have to just create test case, and you have to show the developers that this is not working. That's the stuff is just a manual testing. The manual testing is a very short kind of testing. It includes a lot of testing, likely there are cycle which call the SDLC, software development life cycle. And before getting into the manual testing, you must know, because interviewer will be asking you this question definitely: what is SDLC and what is the tree format of it? The tree format of it is likely, there are the types of the manual testing: regression testing, uh, performance testing, system testing, database testing. Such a types of testing they will be including: smoke testing, sanity testing, right? So those are the questionnaire you must know before getting into the job. The interviewer must will ask you about this one. If you don't know such a testing environment, if you don't know any statements of the testing, they will be likely to get a reject, because those are the testing part which have to be including some words in it to tell the developer that you have done such a kind of testing, because those type of testing includes different parts, right? So the manual testing is very short term. You can learn within a 1 month as well. I guess it's 2 week, 1 week. It's a very short. It's like a common testing for the website. But the largest part is automation. So have you ever done automation into the website? How does website automation works like? So we use a Selenium with the Python. I actually don't go for Java, but I just written for a reference that you can use Selenium with the Java as well. There are the robot framework and JMeter. So I will be getting back later. Selenium means what? Selenium is a Python it's a library. It's a coding library. What does that do? I have to just automate this website. See, if I have to log in into Google, but I don't have to enter password. I don't have to enter email. It has to be automatic. So if you want to do that automatic work, so you will be writing a code in Selenium with the Python or the Java. If you know Java, if you are proficient in Java, you can use the Java. So I'll be writing Selenium with the Python. I will be writing test cases in it, and I will be executing. So what is that does? If I execute, it will give a error into the console, and that error will be showing to the developers, so they can fix that the website is there is functionality which is breaking into it. So that's the part automation comes in a picture. When there is a website, we should functional as it is, has to be a flow, that is workflow which is done into Selenium with the Python or the Java, and that has to be run as per the workflow have been created. So automation comes part, and actually automation and manual testing both are the different little bit. So if you go for manual testing, the salary is very likely very low. If you go for automation, the salary is very high, likely 2-3 times higher than the manual testing. So automation, if you want to go for automation, you must learn Selenium with Python or Java. So start learning now. If you are in SY, TY, it is the best time for you, because there is 1 year which is which is enough for a learning for the syntax, indexes, and all the stuff. And you choose that both language. Likely, if you are prepared for Java, you go for Java or Python. Then after framework, robot framework is same like the Selenium. It is very easy one. It will give you the Python library, which is for automation. Likely, suppose same way. If you have to code into the robot framework, which is very easy. The JMeter, have you heard JMeter and how performance website testing? If you go into Amazon, if I just type Amazon, let me just show you exactly what does JMeter do. This website, if I just type in within just a 1 minute, I guess just within 3-4 seconds, this is loaded, right? So some website, if you just search, those takes a lot of time, even though if you have a very great performance of network. So that performance, likely the website should have to load into your web browser within a 4 to 5 seconds. If it takes more than 10 seconds, user likely to not hold and it will be likely to close the browser. That is actually main fundamental thing. So JMeter used for the performance testing. Actually, I installed the JMeter. If you want to know, I will showing you the last moment. Okay. So this is a particular part of the software testing, and these all the steps you must know before getting into the software testing. The last part, the sites for learning coding courses. Udemy is a great one. Guys, I am giving you one link which is life changing for you, because this link is not just a link. Actually, this website give you free tokens, likely for free courses. Just let me copy this, and this is not copying. Just try to into your browser glassmy.com, and if you just prompt to okay, let me just spelling mistake. Okay, okay, so if you just visit this website, no, there are, see there, these are the Udemy courses which are free, and it is has a token itself. So if you just click on it, it will be promptly to uh, Udemy directly, and it will show you the free courses. Actually, this course cost around 4,000 rupees, but what they do, they actually create a token for it. So this, see this apply coupon code. So sometimes what is, sometimes there are the free coupon, those are the provided by the course creator, sometimes no. So this website actually grab and just give you the apply coupon code. So actually this will get you this course for free. So you can search courses like this. Please note down this website glassmy.com. And this is not just a one course. Actually, there are Python for deep learning, build neural network in Python, which is a free course. You will be able to get the free course. And there are a lot of courses. You just have to just move to the next slide. Just click on that and it will prompt to the Udemy, and you can start learning on the Udemy as well. So please note down this glassmy.com, which is a very great website for the free courses online. So Coursera is the great platform, but it is a paid one. You have to pay for the courses, but those are the courses provided by the very senior level of the workers, likely developers. So Coursera.org also the great. The Learn One, anyone have heard that Learn One? So there is one point that Learn One give very free type of service. Those are the from the Bangalore. Those guys have created this website for the students who cannot afford to pay for the high level of the courses. So they have created website and they teach for free. Actually, they have a resume builder as well. So you can able to build your resume into it as well. Let me load it. I guess it's not showing. Okay, anyway, the site is very down sometimes. So you just note this site learn1.com, and you can able to build your resume into that their website, and you can able to learn free courses. And there are a lot of courses like software testing also included in that course, which is a great one for your initialization for manual testing. And if you wanted to go to automation testing, guys, you have a YouTube. The YouTube is a great part. So YouTube, you can just type the software for automation testing. There are a lot of videos you can learn from there as well, and it is very easy one. You just get to know about that only, and that is the part one. If you have any question, answer, let me know. If you want to demo, let me know. If I have, I will show you. Just also you can type into this chat as well. Guys, don't hesitate. I'm like a student as well at the once time. I'm not like very older. I'm the same age of yours. So be likely friend, likely ask, likely throw your questions. And apart from that, if you wanted to reach me out at the later part, so I will be just giving you my email. So you can email me here. So and I will be getting back to you with whatever you need. If you want to make a meeting, so you can also the mail on that. So I will be able to join you with on a Saturday, Sunday meeting if you want to know more about software testing. Apart from software testing, guys, if you have question, let me know. So I can able to get to know that exactly what are you up to.
He is our alumni only. Feel free to ask questions.
Likely, guys, don't hesitate. Likely, you can talk in Marathi as well, not likely English. Because yeah, yeah. Actually, this is a time, guys. Actually, yeah.
हॅलो
त्याच्या वेबसाईट
हॅलो
हा.
सर मग तुम्ही तुमचं इंग्लिश कम्युनिकेशन कसं सुधारलं म्हणजे आता कंपनीमध्ये इंग्लिश कम्युनिकेशन महत्वाचं असतं तर तुम्ही म्हणजे कंपनीमध्ये असताना सुधारलं काय कोणता कोर्स वगैरे काय केलं होतं?
प्लीज मला सर बोलू नका, डायरेक्टली ऋतुराज बोला. बरं कसं आहे माहितीये का, मी इंग्लिश असं नाही सुधारू शकलो. मी कसं केलं, मी जेव्हा लायब्ररीत असायचो ना देवचंदच्या, मी बुक्स मध्ये पढायचो फार. मला बुक्स फार आवडायचे. ऍक्च्युअली देवचंद कॉलेजमध्ये पण असं अनाऊन्स केलं होतं, ऋतुराज बुक्स मध्ये असायचा म्हणून लायब्ररीमध्ये. मी लर्निंग करायचो फार, वाचन फार राहतो, वाचन फार असायचं. त्यामुळे इंग्लिश जमलं आणि इंग्लिश आवडतं मला. त्यामुळे मी बोलतो. इंग्लिश मूवीज बघून फार हे होतं, आपल्याला प्रॅक्टिस होते ना, की त्यांनी काय बोलतात, कसे प्रोनाऊन्स करतात. आता मी अमेरिकन ऍक्सेंट मध्ये पण बोलू शकतो, ते कोणाला कळलं नसतं, तिथे उपयोग नाही बोलून. आपल्या त्या प्रकारे आपण पण ट्राय करायचं असतं आपल्या पण. तर तुम्ही असं करा, तुम्ही ऍक्च्युली बुक्स एक रीडिंग करा, बुक रीडिंग चालू करा. जे ऑनलाईन जे हे असतात ना, स्पॉटिफायला ते वगैरे, ते लिसनिंग करा. तुम्हाला जर ईशा गुरु माहिती असेल, हा यस, पॉडकास्ट वगैरे असे ईशा गुरु वगैरे माहिती असेल, त्यांचे जिथे लर्निंग असतात, युट्यूबला व्हिडिओज टाकतात, ते सगळे असे ग्राफ्स करा, बघायचे आणि आपल्याला ते जमतं. इंग्लिश इज व्हेरी ऍक्च्युली सोपी लँग्वेज आहे, तुम्ही तुमच्या शब्दामध्ये मांडू शकता. मग तुम्हाला जास्तीत प्रॅक्टिस कशाची पाहिजे, तुम्हाला वाचनाची प्रॅक्टिस पाहिजे. वाचन आणि स्पीकिंग असं कोणीतरी शोधा की तुम्ही त्याच्याशी बोलू शकता, नाही तर स्वतःशी बोलू शकता तुम्ही. तर वाचन महत्वाचं आहे. आणि तुम्हाला डिक्शनरी पाहिजे ना तुमच्या डोक्यामध्ये काय
हा,
वर्ड्स
हो.
बोलायचे वगैरे, राईट?
म्हणजे
सॉरी तुमचा आवाज. हॅलो.
हा समजलं. थँक्यू.
ओके ओके.
हॅलो.
हा येस.
हा सर, एकच प्रोग्रामिंग लँग्वेज लाईफ टाइम साठी जर घेतली तर चालते का, किंवा ते सेफ आहे का करिअर
कोणती?
साठी? कोणतीही
नाही
एक,
आणि
असं समजा मी
हम्म. हा येस येस
कोणती,
ऑफकोर्स
आता मी जर जावा
ऍक्च्युली.
घेतली आता,
हा
ती लाईफ टाइम साठी सेफ आहे का, म्हणजे काही आपल्याला?
येस येस ऑफकोर्स लाईफ टाइम साठी सेफ आहे. आणि ऍक्च्युली जे मार्केटमध्ये आता कोणत्या लँग्वेजेस मी तुम्हाला सांगतो. जावा एक आहे, पायथन एक आहे. पायथन कसं आहे लेटेस्ट, आता जे मोठमोठ्या कंपनी असतात ना ते पायथन मागतात, कारण की त्यांना ना जे वेब ऍप्लिकेशन असतं ना मिनिमल टाइम मध्ये बनवायचं असतं. पायथन फार सिम्पल आहे. तुम्ही जर जावाचा आणि पायथनचा कम्पेअर केला सिंटॅक्स तुम्हाला कळेल. हे पायथन असं शॉर्ट आहे आणि जावा जर बघितला ना तर फार लॉंग कोड लिहायला लागतो त्याला. तुम्ही शॉर्ट टर्म साठी एकदम पटकन लर्निंग साठी असाल ना तर तुम्ही पायथनला जा. आणि जावा लॉंग टर्म साठी बेस्ट आहे आणि जावासाठी बेस्ट आहे. जावा तुम्ही करू शकता. आणि आणि आत्ताच्या जर तुम्ही वेब डेव्हलपमेंट मध्ये जात असाल, जावा असं प्रोग्रामिंग लँग्वेज आहे ना, तुम्ही प्रोग्रामिंगला जाणार. जर तुम्ही वेब डेव्हलपमेंटला जात असाल तर जावा स्क्रिप्ट शिका अगोदर, आणि त्यानंतर रिॲक्ट जेएस अँड नेटिव्ह जेएस किंवा तरी नोट जेएस. नोट जेएस एकदम ब्लास्ट आहे, कारण नोट जेएस आता तुम्ही अमेझॉन ऍप्लिकेशन वगैरे सगळं बघताय ते सगळे नोट जेएस मध्ये तयार झालं असतं. नोट जेएस मध्ये बेस्ट आहे. त्याच्या अगोदर तुम्हाला जावा स्क्रिप्ट यायला हवं. तुम्ही एक पर्टिक्युलरली पाथ धरा, एकच लँग्वेज निवडा आणि एकच लँग्वेज थ्रू जा, म्हणजे तुम्हाला जमेल ते.
सर मला ऍप डेव्हलपमेंट साठी पाहिजे होतं थोडंसं गायडन्स.
हा मग मी सांगतो तुम्हाला ना, तुम्हाला प्रेफरेड जावा स्क्रिप्ट घ्या तुम्ही अगोदर. आणि जावा स्क्रिप्ट भेटल्यानंतर ना रिॲक्ट जेएस किंवा नेटिव्ह किंवा तरी नोट जेएस ला जा. नोट जेएस एकदम हे आहे, तुम्ही ती घेऊ शकता, किंवा रिॲक्ट जेएस. सिंटॅक्स बऱ्यापैकी दोघांचा सेम असतो, फक्त कर्ली ब्रॅसेस वगैरे त्याच्यावर डिफरन्स असतो. जावा स्क्रिप्ट तुम्हाला बेसिक यायला पाहिजे. म्हणजे मोबाईल
ऍप
ऍप्लिकेशन
डेव्हलपमेंट साठी ना?
ऍप डेव्हलपिंग साठी, हा ते वेब टेक्नॉलॉजीसाठी झालं. ऍप डेव्हलपसाठी फ्लटर भारी आहे. तर तुम्ही ऐकून माहित असेल मग गुगलचा फ्लटर सर्च करा. तर फ्लटर ऍक्च्युली बेसिक क्लाउड मध्ये तुम्हाला एक नेटवर्क क्रिएट करता, आणि फ्लटर डेव्हलपमेंट भारी आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्ही क्वेरीज करू शकता ते वगैरे, ऍप डेव्हलपमेंट करू शकता. तुम्हाला फ्लटर लँग्वेज यायला पाहिजे खरं. मी तुम्हाला दाखवतो इकडे. फ्लटर ऍक्च्युली आहे ऍप्लिकेशन बिल्डिंगसाठी इथे दिलेलं आहे फ्लटर बिल्ड ॲप्स फॉर एनी स्क्रीन. तुम्ही flutter.dev ला गेला ना, तुम्हाला कसं डिटेल भेटतं. इन्स्टॉल करावं लागेल ते सगळं आणि फार सोपी लँग्वेज आहे तुम्हाला. म्हणून ते पण सगळं यायला पाहिजे. तुम्हाला जावा यायला पाहिजे अगोदर, त्यानंतर तुम्हाला फ्लटर समजेल आणि मोबाईल ऍप्लिकेशन तुम्ही फ्लटर मध्ये बनवू शकता. ऍक्च्युली क्लाउड असल्यामुळे फार सोपं आहे बिल्ड ॲज फॉर एनी स्क्रीन, कारण की त्यांचे जे सिंटॅक्स असतात ते तुम्हाला फक्त कॉपी पेस्ट करायचं असतं. बाकीचं तुम्ही जे लॉजिक आहे तुम्हाला तेवढं लावता येईल, खरं तुम्हाला कॉपी पेस्ट करायचं. फार सोपा सिंटॅक्स आहे यांचा. आणि हा दुसरं एक सांगतो, तुम्हाला कुठेही जॉब सर्च करायचं असेल, शोधायचं असेल तर कसं सर्च करणार. तर कधी असं टाका साईट. तुम्हाला जर गुगल डॉकिंग माहित असेल तर त्या अगोदर पहिला शिकून घ्या. हे गुगल डॉक म्हणजे काय की ऍक्च्युली तुम्ही स्पेसिफिक साईट सर्च करताय, तर त्या स्पेसिफिक साईट मध्ये तुम्हाला हे कीवर्ड्स पाहिजेत. सपोज आता मी HackerOne टाकलं, HackerOne.com अँड इन टायटल करिअर टाकलं. ऍक्च्युली हे काय करेल, गुगल ट्रॅव्हल करेल. ऍक्च्युली मी DuckDuckGo ला सर्च करते म्हणून इथे दाखवत नाही. प्रायव्हसी साठी DuckDuckGo यूज करतो मी. इथे साईट HackerOne.com इन टायटल टाकला ना, तुम्हाला करिअर रिलेटेड जे म्हणजे इन टायटल मध्ये जे करिअर असेल ना, ते तुम्हाला शोधून गुगल सर्च करा आणि तुम्हाला देईल. तुम्ही साईट प्रत्येकाच्या साईटवर असं जाऊ शकता, साईट सर्च करायची. तुम्हाला कसं आहे माहिती, गुगल ट्रॅव्हलिंग आलं पाहिजे. मी मेन पहिला हेच करतो. मी कुठल्याही वेबसाईट सर्च केली, मला वाटतं 1000च्या वर वेबसाईट मी साइन अप केले, सर्च केले. जेवढं तुम्ही सर्च कराल ना, तुम्हाला तेवढं रिसर्च तुमचा परफेक्ट पाहिजे, तुम्हाला तेवढी इन्फॉर्मेशन गावणार आहे. तसं इथं आता ऍक्च्युली मी साइन इन आहे, लेट मी साइन आउट. तुम्ही प्रत्येक वेबसाईटला जाणार आणि त्याच्या लास्टला पेजला ना करिअर म्हणून ऑप्शन असतो. तुम्ही कधी ते सर्च करा, ऍक्च्युली ते येत नाही आहे. एनिवे, इथे जेव्हा तुम्ही साईटला जाता ना कुठल्याही, नीचे करिअर ऑप्शन असतो इकडे बघा, ते असेल लास्टला. तुम्ही फक्त त्यावर क्लिक करा आणि तिथे तुम्हाला त्यांचे काय काय रिक्वायरमेंट असतात ना, सॉफ्टवेअर टेस्टिंग मध्ये डेव्हलपर वगैरे हवा आहे, ते तुम्हाला पूर्णपणे देतात. मग तुम्ही तिथे सर्च करणार आणि तुम्ही बघणार की त्याच्या काय कॉन्टॅक्ट आहेत, त्यांना काय काय हवं आहे, रिक्वायरमेंट काय आहे, त्यांना त्या कंपनीला काय काय ऍक्च्युली करिअर मध्ये त्यांना त्यांचं काय ऍक्च्युअली रिक्वायरमेंट आहे तुम्ही बघू शकता. त्यातून तुम्हाला पण कॉन्टेस्ट मिळेल थोडा. तुम्ही ऍप डेव्हलपर मध्ये जाणार असाल ना, तुम्ही फ्लटर आधी शिकून घ्या. फ्लटर बेस्ट आहे आणि फार इझी आहे. त्याच्यासाठी तुम्हाला डार्ट लँग्वेज यायला लागते. फ्लटर एक लँग्वेज आहे, डार्ट एक लँग्वेज आहे. and Dart actually based on it's Java. I'm not sure about that. It's based on Java, but Dart language आला पाहिजे. त्यात पण फार इन डेप्थ आहे. There are multiple things. मतलब
सर हॅलो,
हा बोला.
तुम्ही सॉफ्टवेअर मध्ये करताय, पण ऍज अ म्हणजे तुमच्या एक्सपिरियन्स वरून सॉफ्टवेअर आणि वेब मध्ये वर्किंग एक्सपिरियन्स म्हणजे काय डिफरन्स वाटतोय तुम्हाला?
म्हणजे सॉफ्टवेअर म्हणजे मला असं म्हणणं आहे,
सॉरी म्हणजे तुम्ही आता ऍक्च्युअली वर्क कशावर करताय?
मी सॉफ्टवेअर टेस्टिंग मध्ये वर्क करतो ऍज अ क्यूए.
ओके,
पूर्ण सॉफ्टवेअर मध्ये
ऍज अ वेब डेव्हलपर आणि ऍज अ सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलपर असं तुम्हाला डिफरन्स काय वाटतोय? म्हणजे वर्किंग डिफरन्स काय वाटतं?
वर्किंग डिफरन्स असा आहे, वेब डेव्हलपर काय करणार की सॉफ्टवेअर तयार करणार, कोडिंगचा भाग येतो पूर्णपणे. ओके, सगळं बॅक एंड कोडिंग सगळं तुम्हाला जर सीएला माहिती असतं, सीएला पूर्णपणे सीएला बनवून सगळं करणार त्यांनी, कोडिंग वगैरे, त्याचा डिफरन्स येतो. आणि मी काय करणार आहे की मॅन्युअल टेस्टिंग करणार आहे. याच्या फक्त वेबसाईटचा जो मला क्लायंट साईड पार्ट दिसतो ना, म्हणजे आता तुम्ही इंस्टाग्राम वापरताय, तर ते डेव्हलपरनं जे तयार केले मागे त्याला माहिती आहे ना, तर तुम्ही वापरताय. तुमच्या साईडने मी फक्त टेस्ट करणार वेबसाईट. हा डिफरन्स आहे. आणि याच्यामध्ये डिफेक्ट शोधणार, काय इश्यूज आहेत वगैरे, ते फक्त डेव्हलपरला सांगणार, तो कोडिंग मध्ये बॅकएंड मधून फिक्स करणार, असं आहे. तर ऍक्च्युली ग्रेट डिफरन्स पण आहे आणि थोडं इंटरमिजिएट पण आहे. कारण की ह्यात पण सहभागी होऊ शकतो कोडिंगच्या बॅकएंडला पण, कारण की मी डेटाबेस पण टेस्टिंग करतो ना, मग मला बॅकएंडला पण बघावं लागतं. म्हणजे इतका मेजर डिफरन्स तर नाही आहे. सॉफ्टवेअर टेस्टिंग मध्ये आला तर तुम्हाला सर्वच इन्क्लूड करावं लागतं.
म्हणजे ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी सेम राहणार दोन्हीकडे सुद्धा.
हा येस आपण ते सेम राहणार. तर पॅकेजेस वेगळे असणार. सॉफ्टवेअर टेस्टिंग जरा पॅकेज कमी असते, डेव्हलपरला जास्त असणार ना.
येस. आणि सर म्हणजे तुमच्या एक्सपिरियन्सनं काही म्हणजे डिग्रीचे मार्क्स किंवा काही मॅटर करते का म्हणजे इंटरव्ह्यूला वगैरे?
अजिबात नाही. मी एक गोष्ट सांगतो, माझी आता बीएससी डिग्री मी त्याच्या पुढे काही केलेलं नाही बघितलंच नाही. कारण की त्यांची जी रक्कम होती ना एमएससी साठी, ती बघूनच मी म्हंटल नाही नको काय. कारण त्याच्या व्यतिरिक्त ना तुम्ही काही कोर्स केला ना ते बरं होईल. कारण की तुम्ही जे डिग्रीसाठी एमएससी साठी पैसे घालणार आहे त्याच्या व्यतिरिक्त AWS चे फंडामेंटल कोर्स करून घ्या आणि सर्टिफिकेट मिळवा. AWS किंवा अजूर मायक्रोसॉफ्ट कडून, GCP कडून बेस्ट AWS आहे बघा फंडामेंटल. तेच काय की ऍक्च्युअली फ्री 7 ते 10,000 रुपये असते. ती तुम्ही एक्झाम दिला ना ऑनलाईन, 100 मार्काचा पेपर असतो ऑनलाईन, तो दिला ना तुम्हाला एक सर्टिफिकेट भेटतं आणि ते तुम्ही दाखवून ना कुठल्याही क्लाउड सिस्टम मध्ये जाऊ शकता. आणि इन्स्टन्स क्रिएट करणं क्लाउड मध्ये, कुबरनेटिक्स वगैरे भरपूर काय काय, बिग क्वेरी डेटाबेस वगैरे. तर हे सगळं काही शिकला ना तुम्हाला फार चान्सेस आहेत.
क्लाउड साठी सर पायथॉन बेसिक पायथॉन यायला पाहिजे ना?
हा क्लाउड्स नाही, क्लाउड म्हटलं की तुम्हाला ते डिपेंड करतं. आता क्लाउड मध्ये तुम्ही नेमकं काय करणार आहे. क्लाउड मध्ये तुम्ही इन्स्टन्स वगैरे प्रोव्हाइड करून देणार असला तर तुम्ही फक्त क्लाउड शिका. पायथॉन ऍक्च्युली प्रोग्रामिंग लँग्वेज मध्ये येणार, ते सेटअप मध्ये नाही येणार. क्लाउड इज ऍक्च्युली बेसिकली व्हेरी लॉंग टर्म. ऍक्च्युली फार त्याच्यात शिकण्यासारखं भरपूर आहे, त्यात सांगण्यासारखं पण फार आहे. आपण एका तासात नाही कव्हर करू शकत क्लाउड बेसिकली. नेक्स्ट टाइम मला जसा वेळ मिळत असेल तर मी नेक्स्ट टाइम तुम्हाला कधीतरी सांगतो क्लाउड बेसिकली सर्व काय आहे, कसं काय चालतं क्लाउड मध्ये वगैरे. तुम्हाला बेसिकली जर हे एक वेबसाईट सांगून ठेवतो, console.cloud.google.com. ऍक्च्युली तुमचं जर अकाउंट असेल गुगलला, म्हणजे तुम्ही गुगलला हे करून ठेवलं असेल, ऍक्च्युली फक्त एवढं सर्च करा console.cloud.google.com. तुम्हाला दाखवतो एक डेमो. सो ऍक्च्युअली दिस इज अ क्लाउड, गुगल क्लाउड. ऍक्च्युली हा क्लाउड आहे ना मला फ्री आहे, नाही म्हणजे सर्वांनाच फ्री असतो. फक्त माझ्यासाठी फ्री का केलाय त्यांनी, फक्त डेमोसाठी दाखवायसाठी. तो याच्यामध्ये काय काय असतं बघा, API सर्व्हिस, AIM ऍडमिन, बिलिंग. ऍक्च्युली बिलिंग नाही करू शकत आता, तर बिलिंग फार आहे. मी अजून इनिशिएट नाही केलं बिलिंग. जेव्हा बिलिंग इनिशिएट करेल ना तेव्हा हे सर्व चालू होईल. बिग क्वेरी, क्लाउड स्टोरेज, WPC क्लाउड, कुबरनेटिस, कॉम्प्युट इंजिन. आताचं सर्वात जास्त चालणार आहे ते कुबरनेटिस इंजिन चालू आहे. म्हणजे डॉकर सेम डॉकर सारखंच काम करतं कुबरनेटिस, पण यात नोड असतात वेगवेगळे. आता तुम्ही ह्याच्यामध्ये तुमच्या लॅबमध्ये बघितलंय का, तुमचं एक मेन मास्टर CPU आहे आणि त्याला कनेक्टेड सगळे चाइल्ड कॉम्प्युटर्स आहेत. म्हणजे प्रत्येकाला एक वेगवेगळा CPU नाही आहे, राईट. प्रत्येकाला एक नोड आहे. त्या प्रकारे कुबरनेटिस इंजिन काम करतं. त्या फार बेसिकली फार वाईड आहे कुबरनेटिस इंजिन. VPC, व्हर्च्युअल प्रायव्हेट क्लाउड नेटवर्क, तुम्ही व्हर्च्युअल प्रायव्हेट क्लाउड बनवू शकता. हे ते आहेत सगळं, हे क्लाउड मध्ये येतं. तुम्ही फक्त हे सर्च करा. तुम्हाला फ्री फक्त अकाउंट पाहिजे, ह्याला काय तुम्हाला पेड करायला लागत नाही. फ्री मध्ये तुम्हाला सर्व बघायला मिळतं, गुगल काय काय करतं, क्लाउड काय असतं.
सर ही
आणि
सर्टिफिकेशन
याच्यामध्ये
ही सर्टिफिकेशन
इथं तुम्ही
गुगलची.
गेला ना, हा बोला.
हॅलो, गुगलची ही सर्टिफिकेशन सर आहेत ना, म्हणजे गुगल क्लाउड वरती
हा
फ्री
येस
सर्टिफिकेशन आहे. बिग क्वेरी डेटा म्हणजे IoT असं
नाही.
काहीतरी आहे त्यामध्ये. ते
हा
त्यांची कोर्सेस आहेत, DevOpsचेच आहेत वाटतं. आणि गुगलचं काहीतरी
आहे,
तो
जस्ट मी सांगतो.
कम्युनिटी ग्रुप काहीतरी आहे.
GCC सर्टिफिकेट तुम्ही जर घेतला ना तर फार बेस्टच आहे ते. बेसिकली फंडामेंटल सर्टिफिकेट पहा. तुम्ही इथं ह्याच्याला गेला, cloud.google.com सर्टिफिकेशन, व्यू सर्टिफिकेट्स मध्ये गेला तर तुम्हाला इथे आहेत बघा फंडामेंटल सर्टिफिकेट. पहिलंच तुम्हाला हे सर्टिफिकेट घ्यावं लागतं. ह्याची 100 मार्काची परीक्षा असते ऑनलाईन. तुम्हाला पहिला पे करावं लागतं आणि त्याच्यानंतर तुम्ही लर्निंग करता. हे डिजिटल लीडर म्हणून आहे, इथे क्लिक केला ना तुम्हाला सर्व हे ऍक्च्युली गुगल फ्री मध्ये लर्निंग देतं. तर तुम्हाला रीडिंग महत्वाचं आहे, रीडिंग पाहिजे. रीडिंग करून तुम्ही हे करू शकता. अदरवाईज तुम्ही बाहेर पण कुठे कोर्स लावू शकता. गुगल क्लाउड त्यांनी तुम्हाला शिकवतील सगळं काही क्लाउड वगैरे इन्स्टन्स कसं सेटअप करायचं, आणि सर्टिफिकेशनसाठी तुम्ही गुगलकडे पैसे देणार आणि सर्टिफिकेट घेणार. तर बेसिकली 3 सर्टिफिकेट असतात गुगलचे इथे आहेत. पण फाउंडेशन सर्टिफिकेट फर्स्ट वन जे आय गेस $100 काहीतरी आहे, 15,000च्या आसपास जातं. याची काय मला माहिती नाही. असोसिएट सर्टिफिकेट हे घेतल्यानंतर तुम्हाला हे मिळतं. ह्याच्यानंतर तुम्ही प्रोफेशनल सर्टिफिकेट घेऊ शकता, आणि याची व्हॅलिडिटीज आहेत कुठे कुठे 6 मंथ बिल्डिंग, 3 इयर्स इंडस्ट्री एक्सपिरियन्स. याला ऍक्च्युली एवढं रिक्वायरमेंट लागतं एक्सपिरियन्स. तुम्हाला काय काय पाहिजे, तुम्हाला याचं नॉलेज पाहिजे 6 महिन्याचं, याला 3 वर्षाचं नॉलेज पाहिजे. तर असे तुम्ही प्रिपेअर सर्टिफिकेट घेऊ शकता. तर बेसिकली तुम्ही पहिला फाउंडेशन सर्टिफिकेट बघा. हेच पहिला बेसिक आहे, आणि फार फार इझी आहे फाउंडेशन सर्टिफिकेट मिळवणं. कारण की गुगल क्लाउडमध्ये ना हे इन्स्टन्स क्रिएट करणं फार फार सोपं आहे. इतकं अवघड पण नाही आहे. IAM कॉम्प्युट इंजिन आहे, VM इन्स्टन्स क्रिएट करणं, इन्स्टन्स टेम्पलेट आहे, हे तुम्ही सगळं शिकू शकता ऑनलाईन. आणि जसं मी तुम्हाला सांगितले, युडेमी कोर्स इज द बेस्ट वन. तुम्ही तिथं पे करा 2,000 ऑनलाईन वगैरे, तिथे शिका. कारण की बाहेर कुठे क्लासेस लावणार असतात ते व्हर्च्युअल बाहेर आहे, कुठेही तुमच्या टाइम फ्रेम मध्ये तुम्ही शिकू शकता मोबाईलवर. युडेमीला बेसिक GCPचं सर्व काही आहेत कोर्सेस. AWS चे पण आहेत. तुम्ही GCPला नसता GCPला जा, नाही तर AWS ला जा. AWS ला पण सेमच फंडामेंटल आहेत सर्टिफिकेट. तुम्ही सर्टिफिकेट मॅनेजरला गेला तर इथे ते सगळे सर्टिफिकेट्स आहेत गुगल AWS चे. सॉरी, आय गेस हे SSL सर्टिफिकेट दाखवते. आणि फ्री लर्निंग फार भेटतं. खरं कसं आहे माहितीये का, तुम्ही जर असं इथून फ्री लर्निंग घेतला ना, तर यात एकच इश्यू आहे की तुम्हाला रीडिंग पाहिजे आणि तुम्हाला ग्रास्पिंग पाहिजे. मेन म्हणजे तुम्हाला ग्रास्प व्हायला पाहिजे ऍक्च्युली व्हॉट इज एक्झॅक्टली मीन टू बी दिस स्टेटमेंट. हे तुम्हाला असं दाखवणार नाही फ्री जर तुम्हाला एक्झाम पाहिजे असेल तर. आणि जर तुम्ही बाहेर कुठे क्लासेस लावला किंवा युडेमीला लावला, तर युडेमीला कसं दाखवतात त्यांनी इन्स्टन्स क्रिएट करून AWS ला वगैरे तुम्हाला सर्व काही दाखवतात. म्हणून युडेमी वगैरे तुम्ही असं लर्न करू शकता. तर इथे आहे शेड्यूल एक्झाम वगैरे बेसिककडे. AWS क्लाउड प्रॅक्टिशनर. GCP पेक्षा ना AWS चे ना फार सर्टिफिकेट आहेत जे तुम्ही सर्टिफिकेट घेऊ शकता. आणि एक सर्टिफिकेट दाखवला तुम्हाला कोणती कंपनी तुम्हाला आत घेते लगेच. इथे आहे $100 पहिली जे सर्टिफिकेट आहे क्लाउड प्रॅक्टिशनर, विच कॉस्ट $100. तुम्हाला एकदा द्यावं लागतं पेमेंट, आणि तुम्ही 100 मार्काची परीक्षा पास करू शकता. त्यानंतर मग सेकंड आहे डेव्हलपरसाठी. जे डेव्हलपर त्यांनी AWS सर्टिफिकेट घेऊ शकतात. ते प्राइसिंग वगैरे दिलेलं आहे, तुम्ही इथे सर्च करू शकता.
सर क्लाउडवर एक घ्या तुम्ही टोटल एक लेक्चर, म्हणजे फ्रॉम स्क्रॅच पाथ कसा कसा असेल तो त्यासाठी.
चालेल, मग मी काम करतो. थोडा टाइम द्या, कारण की मी आता फार एकदम बिझी शेड्यूल मध्ये आहे.
नाही
मग
आता नाही
थोड्या
सर,
दिवसानं
परत
आपण
परत परत चालेल आपल्याला नंतर. एक्झाम जरी आपल्या झाल्यानंतर तिथे झालं, आपल्या आता एक्झाम आहे.
चालेल. मग मी
तरी
क्लाउडवर तुमचे घेतो. AWS
चालेल
क्लाउड आणि GCP क्लाउड दोनवर बघू आपण सर्व काही. ओके,
चालेल चालेल. थँक्यू सर.
या थँक्यू सर. या थँक्यू सर.
थँक्यू.
या ऍक्च्युली लास्टचा जो ईमेल आयडी मी अपडेट केला, ऍक्च्युली त्यात R मिसिंग होतं. लास्ट ईमेल आयडी प्लीज नोट डाऊन करा. ओके. तर तुम्ही त्या ईमेलला कॉन्टॅक्ट हां.
Recording stopped.